Hello everyone,
It's Jamie-Lee,
and it's Irina.
and today we're filming another video for our Erasmus in Istanbul series. And this video we will talk with our marvelous guests about the ESN here at Yeditepe and also about the perception of Erasmus students. So you can introduce yourself maybe the best.
Okay. Hi, I'm Selinay. I'm the president of ESN Yeditepe, which is the Erasmus Student Network. I'm 22 years old. I study arts and cultural management, double majoring in radio, television, and cinema, and also minor in theater. So I have a really, really busy schedule.
Thank you for making time for us anyway. Do you ever been on an Erasmus yourself?
Yes, last semester in the Netherlands, Utrecht.
Okay, how was that in comparison with maybe the people who come in here? What do you think?
Well, there were also lots of international students there, and but it was a different experience for me, to be honest, because here I'm the guide, I'm the mentor of the students, but there I was in a new city. I didn't know what to do. There were also some ESNers there, but it wasn't the same as ours, because in Istanbul, every university has their own ESN section, but in Utrecht, it was only ESN Utrecht as the city.
Do you feel like they organized as many events as you organize here?
No, because like we have a rule, we usually organize 3 events per week. They also had some events that you can go abroad, like Belgium, Germany, such things like that. But we don't usually have these kind of events because it's really hard to move from one country to another when you are in Turkey. So we usually arrange trips to different cities, but not different countries. I think that was like the main difference between the two of the ESN sections.
Okay.
So, and actually, could you tell more about ESN here in Yeditepe, about how you organize events, how you came up with new ideas, and like your plans before Erasmus coming here?
Okay, so before every student like they arrive here, we just trying to find their contact numbers so that we can arrange a WhatsApp group for them before coming, so they can be ready what they're gonna be facing when they're here. And after that, we have weekly meetings to arrange the other week's events. And usually we have 3 meetings, and one of them is about food. We're trying to make Erasmus students try new Turkish food, especially because we want you to know our culture. And on the weekends, we usually arrange the cultural events like visiting cultural heritage sites, historical places, mosques, palaces, etc. And the other events that also takes place in the weekdays, and it's usually about a game night, something like that.
How long have you been doing this? How long have you been president of the ESN?
I became the president this year actually, but I was in ESN for 3 years, and before this, like before being the president, I was the social inclusion coordinator, which is something like a project coordinator because we're trying to do some social impact projects. And before that, I was a regular member. I wasn't a board member. Well, my first year, I started online, so it was a bit because we didn't had the chance to interact with the Erasmus students as much as now. But on my second year, it was really good, but it was also really tense because it was much more work to do. There was much more work to do, much more responsibility. But after a while, I got used to it. I got used to this tempo, and I think I scheduled my life around ESN afterwards.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. How did you get the job, or would you even consider it as a proper job? Is it paid?
No, it's actually not a job. That's why we're always trying to emphasize it, because it's a volunteering thing. Actually, to be honest, I heard that in ESN Utrecht, the board members are paid.
So does the uni fund any of the events?
There's a part in school that takes care of the student clubs, and sometimes they fund us. It's really hard to take care of all these students and pay many things for them. The money we spend, we're trying to keep it minimum. And so, and the events that we are arranging, we're actually not renting a place and doing such things like that. We're just reserved somewhere, and we just go there with the Erasmus students, and everyone is paying their food, their tickets and everything. So it's not a problem for us to be not funded by the school. We have something called SECO, which means Section Cooperation. So we are trying to arrange events with the other ESN sections, especially in Istanbul, because it will be much more easier for us to connect with them.
So from what I've seen, I'm not sure about you, we are this year so many Erasmus students here at Yeditepe, right?
Yeah, it's so true, a lot.
Yeah, it's 130 actually.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and so, but then when we do the events, there aren't as many people coming.
Yeah.
So do you feel it's still fulfilling and totally worth it?
Yeah, I think so, because to be honest, every year we are trying to get everyone involved in this, but we all know that it never works like that. Not everyone is interested in this kind of things, and to be honest, it is better to have 40 people in an event rather than having 100 people. I don't want to say it like this, but it's some kind of a babysitting.
So we're the babies.
Yeah, you are my baby.
Oh, so sweet.
Yeah.
But it sounds really nice. But have you ever, on all years you in ESN, have you faced some difficulties, the most hardest situation you have with Erasmus, and how you solved it, if you had such an experience?
Well, we always have some people who are always late for the events. So it drives me crazy, to be honest, because we have a schedule. We're trying to do something on time. And whenever this kind of things happens, I feel like I can't hold myself, and I'm so afraid that I'm gonna be rude towards some people. I'm always trying to tell myself that everyone is an adult here, so everyone should be taking care of themselves, and you shouldn't be worried about this. Of course, I had some events that after the event that I cried. So.
But that actually sounds, it sounds in comparison to what I imagined problems could be rather reasonable. Of course you're crying after the event because everything went wrong is terrible, and I feel really sorry for you about that. But I thought there could be more difficult problems or huge problems that would make a trip pop-ups or
let me
something.
tell you about a huge problem. The thing is, in every ESN section is also connected to the ESN of the country. For example, we are connected to ESN Turkey, and we need to pay, let's say, a yearly fee to be a participant of the ESN Turkey. And also for the ESN International, we also need to pay another fee for that. And if we miss the votes, they can just kick ESN Yeditepe out of the ESN Turkey.
Let's hope it will continue like that, because I think you're doing an amazing job.
I'm totally agreeing. Like all the events, and as you said, there's hundreds of Erasmus students, and I'm so admiring how you like putting it up all together. That's so amusing.
Well, I have a really, really busy WhatsApp, to be honest.
I can imagine. So bringing it back to us current YDTP Erasmus students, what is your favorite moment or story with our group?
Well, the orientation day is always special for me because I see that's like the event that like most of the people attended, and I can see everyone. Like everyone is new, and I don't know any of you. But after spending a while with you guys, I just go back to the pictures, videos that we took in the orientation day, and I look at you and I feel like my baby is growing. That's how I feel, and that's why like the orientation day always the most special one for me.
What can you advise to upcoming Erasmus students here at YDTP University?
I just want to say that, like, of course, you can ask people if you have any problems. You can just ask us. That's why we are here. But everyone should act like an adult.
Section of question is about the perception of Erasmus students. Because what do you think how the Turkish society, maybe especially here in Istanbul, sees Erasmus students or incoming international students?
Well, to be honest, in Turkey, most people are afraid to speak English. And
yeah, we noticed
when
that.
So when they see an Erasmus student, they're really, really excited, but they can't speak with them because they're too afraid to have a conversation with them. Like just forming a sentence is really, really hard for them. So, but also there are some people that who cannot speak English, but somehow they try to interact with you guys, and they really, really enjoy it. And to be honest, in Turkey, I think the perception of Europeans is they see Europeans as really, really good people, like modern and everything. But the thing is, we also have Erasmus students from Middle East and Asia, and I can see the difference between the behavior towards the Europeans and the Asians. Because I don't know, should I be speaking about this, but there is a racism raising in Turkey in the last few years because of the migrations and everything. And when it comes to Europeans, it's okay, but when it comes to Asians, people are, not that much kind towards them.
Okay.
Yeah, but at least in the campus, we're trying to keep it the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then, thank you.
For coming to our episode today.